Howdy folks at home. Today I'm going to give you a review on this Baja mini bike. What did they call it? I can't remember. Not the Warrior. Maybe it was a Warrior. Anyways, I'm going to give you the details, what I've done to it, how it's treated me overall, and whether or not I recommend you get one. Well, use, because they don't make them anymore. First of all, this is not the original engine in it. The original engine, I did buy this used from somebody. They said the one that came with it never did run right. So they bought a Predator from Harbor Freight. It was about $100, cheaper with the coupon. And they had that with it and the old engine, but it was not installed. So we just had to drill out a few holes in the frame to fit the new engine on. This isn't even that one. A friend of mine drove it into a pond, hydrolocked it, which was too bad. But this is a new one. This is the third engine, and if something breaks, I got plenty of parts because I got 3 engines total. This is ram air, as you can see. That was custom work by me. 10 horsepower extra probably. But yeah, I guess the original engine wasn't too good, but these Predators have treated me just fine. I did remove the governor. Maybe at some point I can show you how to do that if that's something you're interested in. Wasn't too bad of a job. You can see these are plenty dirty because me and my little brother use his. We like tearing through the mud, but a few things have broke. So for example, up here, you can see this terrible welding. Well, that's because we broke that. And but after we welded up, it's held fine. This foot peg fell off. We had to weld that up. This foot peg fell off. We haven't welded it yet. Rear tire was bald and quit holding air, so I had to get a new tire. But that's to be expected. Tires do go bad. This brake, no, that one's good. Let's do this one. Nope, they're both solid. Something broke off, I can't remember. The gas tank broke off. And again, you probably won't have these issues if you don't abuse them like we kind of do. Throttle, this is my own invention here. I crashed it, so it was a little bit out of adjustment, but it was one of those grip throttles, you know how a motorcycle's supposed to be. Well, now what I've done, since I didn't want to spend the $10, I found a lever, and I made myself a little sort of a bracket. That's the throttle cable, just held on with a hose clamp. How this works is when you squeeze, it pulls the cable, and that is your throttle. It actually works okay for me. A lot of zip ties on this thing, holding them all together. Zip ties, and love kind of keeping this baby going. I broke this brake handle. That I did end up buying because I couldn't. I'm not going to do something goofy for the brakes. That's important. Over here, this is aftermarket. Well, so is that custom exhaust. This is an aftermarket torque converter, and that I recommend. I recommend you get that because the clutch is not great. You don't get very good takeoff. With this thing, you can do wheelies because it grabs, and I can't explain it, but it gives you a lot more low end. I also broke this. The tensioner, the chain tensioner is just a bolt back here. You tighten it up, well, that's stripped out, and so now it's held together with brake cable. There's kind of a recurring theme here that this thing's a piece of junk. That's just because I don't want to spend money on it because it's nothing but a toy, you know. This is my daily transportation, I fix it right, but this is a toy, so I don't really care. I'm going to start it up for you, see if we can get so you can hear what it sounds like. And I will tell you, Now this is just one of those GPS speedometers, so it could be a little off. But I have gone 56 miles an hour on this thing. I don't recommend that. That's because we've done a lot of modifications. And it's scary. You get to shaking about like that. I mean, it's terrible. You think you're gonna die. You think it's just gonna blow up. But it didn't, so that was good. Let's see, let me get you to listen to this thing. Oh, brother, it's gonna give you trouble. Yeah, that's it running. You probably couldn't hear me. I tried to talk, but figured that was useless. Anyways, if you see one of these cheap used, I picked up real cheap from some dude on Craigslist. They're fun. They're solid, kinda, if you take care of them at all. And you know, if it goes bad, $100 engine, and I think it was like 60 bucks for that torque converter, which you will be blowing through belts, which is no fun. They're probably, you know, 8 bucks a piece if you buy them in bulk. But overall, they're a lot of fun. We do a lot of jumping and mudding and just making a mess and tearing up Dad's grass. I recommend. Hey, like I say, you got any recommendations for videos you want me to make? Anything you see in here pique your curiosity, or if you want a tutorial about how to do anything, just let me know. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourself.